this a little bit. Hi. So, how has your day been? I hope it's been amazing. So today we are going to cover talking about you and how much power you have that you might not even realize that you actually have. Okay, but before we get into that, I would like to invite you or ask you or request of you to subscribe to my channel. And if you will do that for me, I'm also asking you to write "I subscribed" in the comments below, and I will personally reply to each and every one of your comments. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get into it. So today I was watching uh, someone who I would say is like a virtual mentor. And one of the things that she was talking about, which is something that I resonate with because I've talked about it so much for I don't know, for years at this point, is that a lot of times we are looking outside of ourselves. We're looking for that great book or that great coach or that great teacher or whatever to change our lives or to get us over that hump or to get us through that thing. And not to say that those things are not valuable, not to say that you learning something online or you hiring a coach like myself or a conference or a workshop or a seminar that you go to are not valuable things. Like all of them are valuable. Books, classes, coaches, mentors, all of those things are necessary and very important. But the one thing that is unique in all of that is you. And none of that stuff works. None of that knowledge, none of the coaching, none of the mentoring, none of the whatever you learned in the conference or the workshop or the webinar or whatever it is, the class, none of it works if you don't work it. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. It really is all up to you. It's all up to you. And I really just wanted to take take away all of this stuff because there's lots of stuff. There's lots of words that are being spoken and spewed. And like I said, there's value in everything, but it's not valuable and it's not proven to be valuable unless you actually take action behind whatever it is that your desire is and wherever the information is coming from. And so I'm kind of sort of going off on a tangent, but stay with me for a second. So there are lots of things that are going on in this world, whether it be, you know, so let me first say this. There's a lot of things that are being reported that are going on that might not necessarily be as serious as they project it to be because for the most part, most of the things that we hear from our local news, national news, and things of that nature is to keep you in a state of fear. And I just want to be honest, keeping you in a state of fear is keeping you low vibrational, right? And it's strategic and it's working. It's working. Many of us are concentrated on things that have absolutely, and I've said this in a couple of other videos, that have absolutely nothing to do with our lives, our livelihood, our homes, our cars, our family, our dog, like nothing. And those are the things that we need to be concentrated on. But the one main thing that we need to be concentrated on is having control over our own narrative, having control over the things that we see, hear, touch, smell, the things that we believe, the things that we're passionate about. I know I said this in another video. The climate of this world that we're in right now, we don't even have our own thoughts. We don't have our own thoughts. Many of us are spewing out things that we heard because we saw something on Instagram. Many of us are spewing out words and conclusions from something that we saw on the news. Not from our own research, not from our own knowledge, but just because somebody else said it. And just think about it for a second. If the person that is on the news that you believe is giving you the actual news, and you go talk to somebody else about it, and then they go talk to somebody, it becomes true for y'all. When in actuality, it may not be at all. And there could be something even more important, even more pertinent to your own personal life that could be more important, but you don't know about it because the only place that you're getting your news is from social media, local news, national news, and all of those have been touched and tainted. And so, because the recipe for fear is working, and we are not using our own intuitive gifts and discernment, we are susceptible to anxiety, to fear, to depression, to worry, to doubt, all of those things. We are giving our power away every single day, every single second, minute. And so I'm saying all this to say is that you can, if you choose to be, the author of your story. You can operate in the way that you would have your world operate and the way that you would have things go if you would just release all of the distractions and to allow yourself to go within, to get quiet, to tap in to a higher power, to God, to Source, to infinite intelligence, to the divine, to the universe, to Allah, whoever. Because everything that we need is inside of us. That's why you can write your own story. That's why you are the one who writes and makes a decision about your destiny, not anyone else. No one else. And if someone else is, you've given your power away. And so I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that I think are important when it comes to protecting and guarding your gates. And I'll go through what that means right now. So, guarding your gates, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's five that I'm going to mention in this video. So the first one would be guarding your eyes, and that is what you watch. So I've said this in many videos that what you watch, what you consume, goes into your subconscious mind. It becomes a part of you. And it might not necessarily be a part of you because it's coming from outside in, if that makes any sense, right? So you could be someone who is or has never been someone who's scared of the dark, or you go outside and now you're like looking around the corner to see if someone's coming, or it's because you saw something last night, or you've been watching this series, binge watching on Netflix or whatever the case may be, and that's what's happening in that movie or that series or whatever. So now you're looking around and trying to figure out whether or not somebody's coming after you. Does that make sense, beloved? Like, if you guard your gates, guard your eyes, and what it is that you're watching, then some of the things that you're experiencing and some of the thoughts that you have, they wouldn't be there. So being careful about what it is that you take in is imperative. It's imperative. So that's number one, your eyes. Number two is your ears. What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? What are you listening to, and who are you listening to? Are you listening to music? Are you listening to even podcasts, or are you listening to different videos and things of that nature that are not for your greatest and highest good? They're not adding to your life. They're not adding to your mindset. They're not adding to your pockets. They're not adding to your mental state. They're not adding to you. So you have to watch what you listen to and who you listen to, because what is that statement about the 5 people that are around you, or that you're surrounded by? You just become whatever. I can't remember what the statement is, but you know exactly what I mean. You have to guard your gates when it comes to who you're listening to, because it is such an integral part of how you make decisions, how you feel about yourself, all of those things, all of those things. The third one would be your nose, and that would just be like your environment as a whole. But your nose is just a sensory part, right? So, you know, I don't want to get into habits like, smoking weed and smoking cigarettes and things of that nature. But your nose is sensitive to certain things as well. And it can change your energy, it can change your state depending on what it is that you're taking in. So your environment is very important, you know? That's why feng shui and things of that nature are so popular, or just minimal living and different things like that, because it there's no clutter, there's no I know we're talking about nose, but there's nothing that can interfere with your environment, right? Your environment is easy, it's clean, it's minimal, it's non-distracted. That's the word that I was trying to use. Okay, and so the fourth one is your mouth. Okay, and so the same thing. When we're listening with our ears, what it is that we're, first of all, eating and drinking are very, very important when it comes to your mouth. Eating healthier will overall make you feel better. Will overall, drinking water will eliminate toxins from your body every single day, or whatever, even weight and things of that nature. And what you say, right? What you say. Are you speaking negatively? Are you speaking positive? And are you seeking to speak positively? There's something to be said about you don't have to. Now, overall, you should want to speak positively, but if you're still working on yourself and you make a mistake, forgive yourself, cancel it out, whatever it is that you want to call it, and keep it moving. It's okay if you're working on yourself and you do so. But if this is something that is a regular habit, is this something that you're looking at changing? Is this something that you're looking at improving? That is what I mean when I talk about watch what you eat and watch what you say. It's very important. The fifth one is sex. And I know that that's probably like a sensitive subject for some people, but it's huge. Who you sleep with is affecting your life in so many ways. You probably don't even realize it. But who you sleep with, who you're intimate with, who you exchange your bodily fluids with can affect you in so many ways. It can literally change you from who you are to who they are, or to be kind of sort of in belief and in action of that person versus who you are. So it's very important. So your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, and sex, taking into account just how you want your life to be, how you want to conduct yourself. If the person that you're having sex with, let's just use that as an example, if the person that you're having sex with and you guys are not having a great relationship, and maybe he might be the opposite of you, in other words, like maybe you are working on yourself and this person isn't, that's not something that they do. I'm not telling you to break up with someone, but when it's not working, right? You know when it's not good for you. You know. We don't have to figure it out. It's not rocket science. If it doesn't feel good, beloved, it's not for you. And that is on period, as the babies would say. If it does not feel good, it is not for you. And you can make your own personal decision, but sex is definitely something that needs to be, you just need to be aware of who it is that you're having sex with and what energies you're exchanging with another person. Is that benefiting you? Is that for your greatest and highest good? Or is it not? Let's just make it that simple. And so, this week I've been talking about prayer. Last week we talked about shifting your mindset and things of that nature. All of these themes all go back to your relationship with a higher power, period, point blank. And also, it goes back to helping you to prepare or being prepared for any sudden changes in your life that you're not expecting. For example, when 2020 came in, everyone was happy. We were doing our regular thing. What was it, February-ish, March, or whatever the case may be, everything came to a screeching halt. We didn't know what to do. Many of us were in fear. There was lots of death. There was lots of confusion. There were lots of messages, and every day it was something different, or whatever the case may be. It was lots of chaos, lots of fear, lots of low vibrational energy. And I just want to warn you that I just don't think that those type of days are over. In other words, I don't feel like we're out of the realm that there can't be something else that might be happening that we don't really understand. And you might still just literally be in a situation where you don't really understand what's going on with your personal life now. We don't need a pandemic or whatever for it to happen. And so what I'm saying is, why not think about these things that I'm saying? Why not start doing something differently with your life so that you can feel better? We are not put on this earth, I'm sorry, to suffer, to be depressed, to be anxious, to worry, to doubt ourselves, to not love ourselves. We just weren't. And so I'm just saying that if you want to write or to rewrite or to update your story, it's up to you. It's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to look inside and to find those answers, because they're unique to every single person. We're all brought here to do something on this earth. And a lot of us, because we haven't tapped in, we don't know what that is, which is another reason why we're not happy. But I just wanted to come on today and just talk really quickly about writing your own destiny, writing your own story, changing your thoughts, changing your habits, and changing your entire world. So, I am going to go. I will see you tomorrow. I hope that anything that I've said has helped you in any sort of way. And tell me also in the comments below, has any of those 5 things, is that something that you're working on? Have you thought about it? Did you have an aha moment when I was going over those 5? Those 5, I don't even know what to call them. I think that mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, those 5 things govern how those things are for us, right? How we are mentally, how we are spiritually, how we are emotionally. And so I hope that anything that I've said has helped you today. Have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.